A local business targeted a third time by crooks. How police were able to catch at least one person this time.
A deadly shooting investigation continues this noon. Max Massey explains why police say it was self-defense and what questions police still have.
And how warm will we go? 80s in the forecast today and tomorrow. We've got the latest forecast and an update on a cold front coming up.
Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
And we start with new details this noon. San Antonio police have just released new information about an incident at a West Side motel last week where two officers shot a man.
Police shot 44-year-old Jose Iduegas after he allegedly threatened people with a gun and then pointed that gun at two officers.
SAPD says Officer Joshua Nicholson, who has been with the SAPD for 6 years, and Ryan Tovar, a 7-year veteran of the force, were the responding officers who shot Iduegas.
According to charging paperwork, the gun collected at the scene was later identified as a BB gun. Iduegas remains in critical condition, but has been booked by proxy on 2 felony charges of terroristic threats against a police officer. You can read more about this story on KSAT12.
A suspected burglar kicks down a locked door and then comes face to face with a gun.
Police say the resident inside that apartment pulled out a gun and shot the intruder, killing that suspect. Max
Massey talked with police earlier. He joins us now live from the scene. Max?
Yes, guys. Now, right now, police investigating this as a situation of self-defense. This is a much different scene than what we saw from earlier this morning. And this all unfolded around 7 a.m. this morning. We saw police out here. There was caution tape up. Now, police are gone. That caution tape is down the street. West Euclid is open. And like we said, this all unfolding right inside this apartment complex, 515 West Euclid. Police describing it as a man protecting himself.
What we do know for sure is it is self-defense here today with the victim owner shooting the suspect.
Police say around 7 a.m. a man walked through the breezeway of this apartment complex and kicked down an apartment door on the first floor.
The victim's door was completely bolted in, so the suspect had to use very forceful kicks to kick this door down, in which he was able to do so. So this was a violent altercation from the get-go.
And even though the gunshots rang out around 7 this morning, the crime scene is just a few houses down from the school. This is Advanced Learning Academy at Euclid. We reached out to SAISD, and this is what they had to say. The campus is open, and our SAISD police officers are present to assist with traffic and student arrival and drop-off. Police say there is no danger to the public, but there have been other issues in this area.
We believe it's an isolated incident. You know, we know that we've had problems in this apartment in the past, but we believe that today, this morning, it is an isolated incident between the suspect and the victim.
And speaking of that suspect and the victim, police still investigating, trying to figure out if there was a previously existing relationship between the suspect and the victim, trying to figure out if the two men knew each other before the alleged burglary attempt and then the deadly shooting. So we're going to keep our eye on this, and we're going to have more information throughout the day. Just make sure to stay with us on air and online at KSAT.com. Tiffany, David, back to you guys.
Thank you, Max, for that report. A Northeast Side gun shop owner says he is relieved that burglars never made it beyond his security gate. San Antonio police confirmed that someone did try to break into Ranger Firearms on Austin Highway early this morning. As Katrina Weber reports, they brought the crime to an end, but some people are still on the run.
They ran, but San Antonio police are trying to make sure a group of burglars can't hide. They searched backyards and back alleys, looking for the people caught on camera trying to break into Ranger Firearms.
They had taken some pry bars and grinders and tried to cut through the locks on the door.
Business owner Ed DeWeese watched the playback on surveillance video after getting a wake-up call from police around 5 this morning.
Every time the phone rings in the middle of the night, you're like, oh God, what's happening?
He says he's gotten those worrisome calls way too often lately. This is the third time someone has targeted his business in the 1300 block of Austin Highway. Twice before, DeWeese says the same group of crooks got inside.
This morning we just saw one, but in the past it's been 3 or 4 people.
Police say they had reports of at least 2 involved this time, but they never broke through the locks and ran off without getting anything. In their search high and low, investigators found evidence, including a crowbar. They also caught one man. Because of those previous break-ins, Deweese says he had been working closely with police. That includes keeping an eye on the property through surveillance cameras. He says now he feels like those efforts finally have paid off.
We've had our cork in the water for a long time, and we finally we got the big fish today.
Now all he wants is a good night's sleep, free from being a victim of crime. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
Now to an update this noon on a shooting investigation. Police have arrested the victim's neighbor in connection with the case. 45-year-old Robert Lee Cadena was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Police say he shot his neighbor's bedroom window on 2 occasions. The last time he hit his neighbor. Police say the 57-year-old woman was shot in the leg. The family told responding officers that the shooting was the result of an ongoing feud with Cadena and the neighbor. Arrest paperwork say surveillance cameras caught Cadena near his neighbor's window late last month. Police said that Cadena had shot at the victim's apartment before. He was charged with deadly conduct with a firearm at that time.
A grease fire in a restaurant kitchen is to blame for this scene in Converse. Crews tell us it started around 9:30 last night at Wu's Chinese Cuisine off of Old Seguin Road. Firefighters were able to get the flames knocked out quickly without anyone getting hurt.
San Antonio police say a woman drove right into the bedroom of a northeast side home overnight. It happened just before 1 on Green Jay Drive, not far from Higgins and Lane. Police said the woman was driving down Lane, crossed over Higgins before going through a fence and into the back bedroom. Fortunately, no one was inside the room at the time. No one was hurt. San Antonio police say the woman was detained on suspicion of DWI.
Looking ahead, it was a story you'd seen in a Hollywood crime show, except it happened right here on the streets of San Antonio. The double life of a Balcones Heights police officer ends in a shocking shooting. You can join us for a night of true crime with the official debut of the rebranded Texas Crime Stories podcast. It starts virtually on YouTube Wednesday night at 7. Hosts Erica Hernandez and Lee Waldman will look back on the killing and double life of Julian Pesina, a Balcones Heights police officer with ties to the Texas-Mexican mafia. During this exclusive KSAT Insider event, we have all the information on KSAT.com.
And happening this morning, a new year and a new face at the head of Bexar County government. Today's Commissioners Court meeting is the first for the new Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai. He was sworn in on New Year's Day. Sakai is taking over for Nelson Wolf, who was county judge for more than 20 years.
Committing to improve the lives of everyone in Bexar County. We'll do that by fostering education through cradle-to-career opportunities, support business growth, infrastructure expansion, and connectivity for all, and promote better healthcare options for Bexar County. I am eager to work and look forward from the community to learn what their priorities are and what us all want to find common ground.
In an interview with KSAT last month, Sakai had several issues he wanted to tackle, but few specifics on his plans. Instead, he told KSAT that his focus in the first 100 days would be assessing the situation in the county. Hey, coming up later on this half hour, the Georgia Bulldogs took a huge bite out of the Frogs last night in the national championship game. Highlights coming up.
A dinosaur traveling museum roared through a local elementary school today. What students learned and when it will be open to the public.
Upper Elementary School students got a very unique opportunity to see exhibits of prehistoric life from around the world. Tiffany's now going to take us to Hubbard's for a look at Dinosaur George's Traveling Museum.
Students are learning all about dinosaurs, and they're even participating in a scavenger hunt this morning. Here you can learn about his prehistoric animals from across the world. This morning we have George, who is behind this unique experience. George, tell us about how this all came about and your background.
I wanted to bring science, especially to the communities that don't have it.
What type of impact have you seen?
It's big. It's an immediate impact because we can see it on the looks on their faces. Kids walk into their gym and they see it's been converted to a museum. That's an impact alone. But the real impact is when I'm approached by a young person who sees me somewhere else who will say, "You came to my school, I want to be a paleontologist." I've got pieces from China, Russia, Africa, South America, Mexico, you name it, Australia. There were prehistoric animals living everywhere. And so when I assembled the museum, it was to bring those things here so that a young person in San Antonio can say, there was a giant lizard in Australia, or there were dinosaurs in San Antonio. Yes, there were dinosaurs in San Antonio. It's open from 5 to 7 to the public, but we travel all the time. Now, I do have a museum. I just opened at Traders Village. So I have a free dinosaur museum at Traders Village where I have big pieces. These are amazing, but I've got big pieces there. So they can come there any weekend, totally free of charge.
Fantastic. Well, we'll have more details on KSAT.com. Reporting from Huppert's Elementary School, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
T-Rex. What is it, Brontosaurus? What else you got over there?
Triceratops.
What?
Triceratops.
Okay, which one is that?
3 horns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love the moment you step into this museum, like they had the Jurassic Park theme song, and the kids all went crazy. It was awesome.
Who doesn't love dinosaurs?
Right?
It's true. It's just a fact. The aquifer is down 4/10 of a foot to 636.2 today. In your pollen count, some Mountain Cedar's high, it's at 1,320, so it jumped up again. Molds are low at 440, and we're afraid that Mountain Cedar may go up a little bit more in the coming days. Cold front heads our way. Gusty winds with that cold front. We'll talk more about that forecast and how low temperatures will go coming up.
So this would be some great history. When dinosaurs were roaming the earth for the millions and millions of years, was there a drought like this, or was it wet? How was it?
I'm sure there was. So there's both.
So they had to put up with it.
They did. Yeah. I mean, there was the whole asteroid thing. We won't go into all that. It didn't bode well. Anyway, the heat is what we're going to have to deal with next couple days. That's going to be the big story. It's going to be warm this afternoon. We're already starting to warm up. 73 degrees at the airport, 80 this afternoon. And we could be as high as 81 tomorrow. So that's well above average. Look at the average high, 63. So we're talking about 20 degrees, a little less than, as far as being above average with these temperatures. Even with our cold front Thursday, which moves through Thursday morning, we're still going to be above average by midweek. So we've had a warm stretch here to start the year. Looks like that continues. And then Sunday, Monday, we're jumping back into the 70s. So really nothing terribly cold there. Now, there will be some cold mornings, especially as we get into Thursday and Friday, and Saturday, but nothing that's too terribly cold. And as we look beyond that, so we're talking 8 to 14 days out, January 18th through 24th, the Climate Prediction Center thinks it will be above average. Pretty good odds of that. So there is no indication that we're going to get any sort of big cold snap like we had in December, at least anytime soon. Could still happen as we get into February. We know that. Even late February, we can still get some cold snaps, but it's just not in the cards right now. As we go outside for you, this was a very different scene earlier this morning. A lot of fog. That is all burned off. We've got clear skies and a beautiful shot of our downtown there. Temperatures right now, 72 degrees at the airport. Dew point is at 57 with west-southwesterly winds at about 14. This number is going to be important as we get into tonight. As it merges with our air temperature, we will get some more fog developing. And dew points right now closing in on 60 in several spots. So we know that the moisture is coming back into play here. It's starting to get, I don't want to say muggy, but you're starting to feel it a little bit more with these dew points, especially as you get down towards Forestville and Seguin, where the dew point right now is 59. Here's a look at the forecast temperatures. Yes, we're going 80 this afternoon. Pretty toasty for mid-January. San Marcos 80, New Braunfels 79, 75 in Seguin, 79 down in Pearsall, Carrizo Springs, one of the hot spots today. But then we'll start to see clouds build in tomorrow, fog to start. And we'll be in the mid-50s. The fog could be a little bit dense tomorrow morning, so keep that in mind for your morning commute. Dew points rise into the 50s tomorrow, but then we see that big downward turn. That cold front comes through, and we dry out Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And as we look at the radar and satellite here, obviously no rain, but the clouds and the fog held on for quite a while here southeast of Pleasanton, finally starting to go away, and we're clear here in San Antonio. Want to take you out west really quick. Still not a great situation there. California continues to get pummeled by very heavy rain, thunderstorms, even some tornadoes, very heavy snow as well. Some of that energy moves towards the middle part of the country as we get towards midweek. This is actually the system that helps to bring a front through early Thursday. But look, the rain misses us to the east and northeast. There's just not enough energy here. We're on the tail end of things as we always are. And we are leaving rain out of the forecast with this frontal boundary. Great weather Friday and Saturday. We could get some more clouds coming in Sunday as another system approaches from the west. Very quickly, the Mountain Cedar forecast. Today it was 1,320 and high. When that front comes through, we think that's early Thursday morning, pre-dawn on Thursday. Expect Mountain Cedar to rise. This is just an early heads up. I know a lot of us are suffering right now, and could get a little bit worse before it gets better. 81 tomorrow, 68 Thursday behind the front. Gusty winds, especially Thursday morning. Temperatures in the 60s Friday and Saturday with morning lows in the 30s. And great weather for the weekend and going into next week for MLK Day, guys.
All right, thanks, Justin.
So did Jerry Jones just put the career of his head coach Mike McCarthy on the line this weekend? The Bulldogs took a huge bite out of TCU. A couple of highlights for you coming up. Hey, a good sign for the Spurs last night. Jakob Poeltl back in the lineup against the Grizzlies for the first of 2 in a row. They did not have John Morant, and Poeltl doesn't waste any time. Nice look inside for the Spurs' first points. San Antonio off to a good start with the Grizz. Romeo Langford skies for the tip in. They're up 11-10, still in the first. Doug McDermott, Jeremy Sohan swings it to Malachi Branham. That's a 3. San Antonio still trails 35-25 after 1. Memphis keeping their distance in the second quarter. Tyus Jones hits a triple. Memphis up 72-61 at the half. We go to the fourth quarter. Spurs start to rally. Josh Richardson forces the turnover, starts the break. Stanley Johnson. Richardson finishes with the lay-in. Spurs take their first lead of the night, 99-98, forcing a Grizzlies timeout. A few possessions later, Trey Jones, tough shot in the paint. We're tied at 109, but the Grizzlies take control from there. Tyus Jones, Trey's brother, with a wild assist to Desmond Bane for the corner 3. Memphis ends up pulling away to win at 121-113. Spurs have lost to the Grizzlies 8 straight times. That is a first under head coach Greg Popovich against any team.
We found the grunt in the second half and gave ourselves a chance. Once we tied it, and there came, whatever. Bad shot, turnover, they make a 3, all of a sudden it's a 6 or 8 point game. Story of the season so far. So that's what we're trying to work on.
All right, so this is correct. The Spurs stay in Memphis, play the Grizzlies again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in the FedEx Forum before coming home for the big 50th anniversary celebration on Friday.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Hey, the Dallas Cowboys are limping into the playoffs after that nonchalant performance Sunday against the Commanders. They started a rookie at quarterback in Sam Howell. Dak Prescott put on an incredibly bad performance. He only completed 14 of his 37 pass attempts, which is good for 37.8%, the worst of his career. He gave up another interception for a touchdown. He finished with 15 total on the season, which ties for the season high in the NFL with Texans Davis Mills. And remember, Dak missed 5 games. Now, following the 26-6 loss, they have to face the Buccaneers in Tampa to open the playoffs, who lost in their season opener 19-3.
Completely not who we are. I don't think I've seen us like that in damn sure the last 2 years. Something that as much as you want to burn the tape and move on, know we got forward, there's a lot that we've got to learn from and get better and use this tape.
Yeah, we'll see if the Cowboys can recover against Tampa Bay, since the game will be on Monday Night Football next Monday, 7:15, live here on KSAT12. And by the way, Jerry Jones said on his weekly radio show today that he had complete confidence in Cowboys coaching staff. Ooh, that might be the kiss right there. Hey, national championship game last night. TCU had a rough night against Georgia. The Bulldogs went up 10-0. TCU got a score to make it 10-7, and that was it. The Horned Frogs turned it over 3 times in the first half, a fumble, 2 picks by Max Duggan. And on the other side, Georgia scored on all 6 of their possessions in the first half, then added a few more in the second half. Stetson Bennett accounted for 6 scores. He had 4 TD passes. He rushed for 2 more TDs. The Bulldogs bit hard from the start and never let the Frogs go. 65-7, the final from California. That's the first time that a team has scored back-to-back national championships since Alabama did it back in 2011, 2012. All All right, now to the latest on the remarkable recovery of Damar Hamlin. The Bills safety transferred to a hospital back home in Buffalo. And as ABC's Alex Perez reports, this comes just as a week after he collapsed in Cincinnati.
This is the beginning of the next stage of his recovery.
This morning, Damar Hamlin waking up back in Buffalo, the latest milestone in his astonishingly fast recovery.
He has been up with physical therapy and occupational therapy, walking the unit, tolerating a regular diet, meeting with his family and many members of the care team.
Hamlin doing so well, doctors allowing him to be moved to a hospital in Buffalo from the ICU in Cincinnati. Just 1 week ago, he was intubated and sedated after suffering that cardiac arrest on the field during Monday Night Football. The crowd silent, time seemingly frozen as medics rushed to Hamlin, beginning resuscitation less than 1 minute after his heart stopped. But by Sunday, when his teammates returned to the field, he was watching, tweeting, and cheering them on from his hospital room.
This is storybook, an opening kickoff return for Damar Hamlin, and this place is absolutely going wild.
The Bills are scoring an unbelievable touchdown on the opening kickoff, celebrating and honoring Hamlin the whole game.
When the opening kickoff was run back, he jumped up and down, got out of his chair, set, I think, every alarm off in the ICU in the process.
For the first time since he collapsed, Bills coach Sean McDermott finally meeting face-to-face with Hamlin.
I'm super excited that he's back in Buffalo. Good to see him in person for the first time in a while.
That was ABC's Alex Perez reporting, and check this one out. Hamlin expressing his gratitude in a tweet, writing in part, quote, "Watching the world come together around me on Sunday was truly an amazing feeling. The same love you all have shown me is the same love that I plan to put back into the world and more." Guys, end quote.
Simply incredible.
Yeah, what a great recovery.
Yep. Well, there's more to come. Buy now, pay later. It's a great option when you don't want to pay for something all at once. But buyers beware. Getting your items before paying in full can be tricky, especially if the item never arrives. Coming up today at 5, the smarter way to pay online to keep your money secure. Welcome back. The Justice Department has launched a preliminary review into a handful of classified documents discovered at a think tank in Washington from President Biden's time as vice president. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze reports Republicans and former President Trump quickly denounced Biden for the new discovery.
The Justice Department launching a preliminary investigation into the possible mishandling of classified files from President Biden's time as vice president in the Obama administration. Sources tell ABC News a small number of classified documents were discovered 1 day before the midterm elections last November in an office at the Biden Penn Center think tank in Washington, D.C. Biden occasionally used that workspace from 2017 until the start of his 2020 campaign.
Was this a case of sloppy record handling or something more intentional?
The White House saying in a statement it's cooperating with the National Archives and Justice Department, adding the documents were discovered by Biden's personal attorneys as they were cleaning out a locked office space. Last night, the president not answering reporters' questions, as Republicans are quickly drawing parallels to former President Trump's mishandling of hundreds of classified documents that authorities say he brought to his Mar-a-Lago estate.
It's how ironic. I know Joe Biden was quick to criticize President Trump for mistakenly taking some documents that were apparently classified.
But the White House says Biden's lawyers immediately notified the National Archives and the files were turned over within a day. The archives unaware they were missing. That's a contrast to Trump, who was involved in a long-running legal battle with the archives, where he allegedly resisted an FBI subpoena for the return of classified documents, which prompted the court-approved raid. Authorities also claim they found evidence Trump tried to obstruct their investigation.
A source tells ABC News that Attorney General Merrick Garland has assigned a U.S. attorney from the Northern District of Illinois appointed by former President Trump to oversee the review of these documents discovered at the Biden think tank. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
The Department of Education is proposing lower student loan payments for millions of people. It's part of the Biden administration's plan to change the existing income-driven repayment program. The proposed rule could reduce payments to 40 cents per dollar, saving borrowers some $1,000 per year. It would also pause payments for anyone making less than $30,600 a year. In addition, there would be no longer a charge for unpaid monthly interest, and smaller loans would be forgiven after 10 years of payment. The final rule could be released later this year.
If you have kids in college, you know how important scholarships are. Educational debt is the fastest growing debt category in America. The average borrower owes almost $38,000 in student loans. Nancy Alvarez has some hidden scholarships to look out for.
I have a full ride to UCF through Bright Futures.
I had a football scholarship. I got my tuition paid for 2 or 3 times over.
Recent surveys show $49 billion is awarded in scholarships annually, but an estimated $100 million in scholarship money still goes unawarded each year, mostly due to a lack of applicants.
There are tons of scholarships throughout your local community. If you are involved in a church, a mosque, a synagogue, your local fire department, even the post office offers scholarship opportunities for students.
Most cities have a local Rotary that awards $7.5 million in scholarships each year. Contact your college's financial aid website.
The website has tons of information. Some even have scholarship platforms.
Also, start researching online. One website that lists more obscure scholarships and the dates the applications are due is College Life Made Easy. You can find one just about for everyone, like a pet lover scholarship worth $1,000. All you need to do is send in a photo and caption of your pet. The Pella Post Overcoming Adversity Scholarship is worth $2,000 and is open to children who have incarcerated parents. And there's up to $25,000 up for grabs in the Live Mas Scholarship. All you have to do is submit a 2-minute video on what you're passionate about and how you plan to change the world. Most importantly, get into a routine of hunting for scholarships.
You need to incorporate searching and applying for scholarships and make it a routine habit. And the reason being, it is competitive.
I'm Nancy Alvarez reporting.
How about some more good news? Gas prices likely will dip. That's what a spokesperson for AAA says. The organization says though prices went up during the holidays, they have now flattened. And over the weekend, gas prices fell more than 1 cent, bringing the national average to $3.28. The reason for the decrease? Lower demand. According to data from the Energy Information Administration, demand for gas dropped last week after the new year.
More than a third of U.S. households cook with a gas stove, but the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission is reportedly considering a ban on them. Bloomberg reports the federal agency is concerned about indoor pollution linked to gas stoves and says the stove's usage is associated with an increased risk of current asthma among children. The Association of Home Appliance Manufacturers say a ban on gas stoves would not address the overall issue. They say improving ventilation is a better solution. The CPSC is also considering other options like setting standards on gas stove emissions.
Outside with live cam, hey, might not be a bad time to be cooking out as nice as it is outside.
Simply perfect.
Fire up the grill.
Perfect weather for
It's getting to that lunchtime, David Sears.
Seems like we always somehow get back to this subject, right? When we're talking about the weather. We combine food and weather, two of our favorite subjects. I wanted to show you a picture of the sun, and there's a reason we're showing you this. There was a big solar flare yesterday, so energy was pushed off from the sun. It actually caused a radio blackout down in parts of South America. This picture is from Skywatcher, and what he's showing us here are the dark spots on the sun today, and they're more numerous than yesterday. So we know the sun's kind of acting up a little bit, these solar flares. We'll see what kind of effects that has here on Earth. Sometimes they can, not huge effects, but radio blackouts and such. So we're keeping an eye on that, but pretty interesting to see that. That's a great shot by Skywatcher, as always. Let's now come back down to Earth and look what we have going on here. Some clouds, some fog this morning. This is the last of it to burn off, and we're seeing that between Pleasanton and Gonzales. But this is quickly shrinking, and everyone's going to see sunny skies today. Should be a beautiful day. Already is. 72 degrees at the airport, 65 in Kennedy, and that's because they were within that cloud cover. But even there, we'll start to see the temperatures warming up some. 76 in Kerrville, one of the hot spots. Unusual to see Kerrville as one of the warmest spots on the map, but that's where we are today. 75 Castroville, 73 up there in Bulverde. Your KSAT 12-hour forecast, we're up around 80 today, and then it will be kind of slow to cool off tonight. 71 degrees at 8 o'clock. We're in the low 60s by midnight. Fog redevelops, and tomorrow morning could be pretty foggy to start. Then we'll have a front to watch that'll move through, and we'll bring some gusty winds with it. We'll talk more about the timing on that for you here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. And now to Massachusetts and the disappearance of Anna Walsh. Her husband, Brian, now behind bars and is charged with misleading investigators.
As ABC's Morgan Norwood explains, this comes as they look into the circumstances surrounding her disappearance.
The search into the disappearance of Massachusetts mom Anna Walsh entering its 10th day. Overnight, our ABC affiliate WCVB was there as police in hazmat suits combed through the trash at this trash transfer station. It comes just hours after Anna's husband, Brian,
bail was set at $500,000 cash,
went before a judge. It's also when prosecutors revealed a grisly discovery.
Crime scene services recovered and found blood in the basement area. There was also a knife that was found.
Anna is a 39-year-old mother of 3. She was last seen in the early hours on January 1st. She was supposed to catch a flight for work later that day. Prosecutors say Brian told police Anna took a rideshare to the airport at 6 a.m., but investigators believe she never took that ride and never boarded a flight. Brian Walsh was arrested over the weekend, charged with misleading the investigation. He's pleaded not guilty.
Mr. Walsh has given several interviews. We have consented to searches of his home.
Prosecutors say Brian's account of the day after Anna went missing simply doesn't add up. He allegedly told police he only left the house to take his son for ice cream, when authorities say they have proof he also went to Home Depot and bought about $450 in cleaning supplies.
Typically, you arrest somebody on a lesser charge is to get them off the street. Then you start questioning them about what really happened to his wife.
Brian Walsh's attorney argued that he has been incredibly cooperative with investigators. The couple has 3 young children between the ages of 2 and 6. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.